Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Option Pit, the Morning Vol Report. This is Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com. This handsome guy is in Jamaica on vacation. He'll be back next week. Check out our blog. I tried to get another blog last night, but too busy. I am going to do one tonight. But as I segue into our Vol newsletter, there will be less free blogs and more content going into the Vol newsletter. All actionable stuff. If you have any questions about it, send me a note at andrew@optionpit.com. Also, our VIX Made Easy series is done, and it's available in our store. If you have any questions about that, contact Licia, Licia, at optionpit.com. And what do we have today? What are the things that I'm going to talk about in our chat? One is SPY here, or SPX. What do we have for range here? So kind of what you're looking at is I'm not expecting a whole lot of movement. We had that massive rally yesterday. I'm not quite sure why. I guess because we had to get to 2,800 because it was a day with a Y in it. I don't expect a lot to happen until this shutdown thing is done. So after that, though, we could get more of the same. So looking for some kind of upside in SPX. That's definitely, that will be looked at in our chat room today. Also be discussing a kind of an unwind of our trade, our Vol newsletter trade as well today. Next part here, we will talk about QQQ and IWM as a pair, as a trade. So Keith will be discussing that in the room as well, because they're starting to, the spread between the two is widening. There might be something there. All right. Next is TLT. What is going on with this thing? I'm just taking a look here over the last, let's see here. Do I have some data right now? Because we had some live vol troubles. Vol going up. I think this is something we've been looking at in here, owning some premium in TLT. It is still, just from a vol point of view, again, it's still not very expensive given how much. Now, this was the low. And let's look at a one-year chart. So it's still kind of on the low end for TLT, considering that the realized vol has actually picked up a little bit. It's starting to move around an awful lot for something that's not supposed to be. So we'll see if there is something in there, or if it could start going through the floor, because the dollar's having troubles, and with it, so is TLT. GLD is the top end for this product. We will see. Keith will set up a trade for this afternoon. So if you jump into our chat room at 10 Central Time, you will see a little action on how to kind of manage this product. And lastly, do we have a momentum trade in Morgan Stanley? I think all the banks at all-time highs. There's probably some kind of low vol momentum trade in all of these stocks. So we're looking at vol kind of crease, and we're going to look at the longer-term vol crease. But if you look at this, right, I mean, it's not where that dead low was, but you're starting to get, again, down to very low levels for stocks that have had unbelievable momentum. So that's one position that we've liked at Option Pit for about the last, 4, 5, 6 months, is kind of the low vol, bullish momentum trade, where just your premium risk is so low relative to how these things are moving. So it's a lot easier to ride what the market's giving us instead of fighting it. All right. So those ideas, plus a couple more breakout bulletin ideas as well. As far as the vol products, I'll just throw in that I don't expect much to happen here, except for the rubber band kind of gets stretched a little bit, meaning you're looking at the near-term futures, and just take a look at them here. Okay. There's a small bid for all the futures. It's not huge. There's just no nobody is out there wanting to sell them, right? So your Feb future is 12.20, and it's going to sit here for a while as long as VIX is staying near 12. So we're getting to that point again where we're starting to get kind of those backwardated conditions or near backwardated. The shutdown is not really a big deal. It's more of a media thing, but it does lock the vol products up for a period of time. So trades that you're looking at are, you kind of expect those vol products to be slightly locked up. And then there'll be some release next week, just we don't know when. So any trade, if you're looking for anything to happen this week as far as them to crush vol, I don't think it's going to happen. It could, but I think it's unlikely. So you kind of want to plan for something happening next week or the week after. Or next week, but you're holding kind of the short vol for an extended period of time. So that's how I would look at those positions. And that's how we'll structure our vol newsletter trade parent today. All right? But, the reality is there's a bid for VIX. It's not backing off. Okay? And I don't expect it to back off until there's an answer. And when it does, we could see it, I think a lot of things become less volatile relatively quickly. But until then, you're probably, unless you have some sort of long vol offset, I think you're having a hard time. All right. All right, everybody, you have a good day, and I will be in the chat room for a short amount of time around noonish.